I get it. You bought a new iPhone and you're even more broke now. So you probably want to keep it safe then. Thankfully, I've tested and chosen 10 of the best cases to keep your iPhone brand spanking new. So let's check it out. Do you have a bunch of old iPhone cases that you don't know what to do with? Well, boy, do I have a deal for you, because Casetify will actually take them off your hands and make this. Their new Crush Series impact cases. They'll actually recycle your old cases, which you can visually see in the speckle design, as they're made up of 65% recycled and plant-based material. That means they reduce their carbon footprint by 20% in the process. Plus, I'm also very serious about that protective part too. You don't put shoulder pads on a case and not be this good. Otherwise, Casetify is known for their range of back designs, and well, you don't get any more unique than this. And they do feel good to hold. The print job is premium and won't peel off. The case is actually 100% BPA free, non-toxic, and non-hazardous, in case you have the urge to taste it yourself. But it also just gets the basics right. Clicky buttons, large cutouts, and that Casetify branding wrapped around the Three Stooges, so everyone knows it's the real deal. And it also keeps your lenses lifted off tables too. But if you're gonna call a case impact, it better live up to it. And with lips that are juicier than mine around the front screen, you're free to do this, because that's totally normal. However, I always recommend a screen protector anyways, which Casetify has a tempered glass option for that crispy clear view while offering plenty of scratch resistance too. Now you're probably wondering what these bad boys can actually do. Well, if I can put it in words, these baddies are thick, and that's spelt with a double C. It's almost like your iPhone is wearing a bouncy castle. Combine that with that inner layer of what they call Chi-Tech 2.0, it'll handle your daily abuse without an issue. But I've also put these cases to the test before, and yeah, that's a full slab of concrete. Boing! Better yet, no problemo. What? Although it is rated for drops over 9 feet in case you ever do want to go ham on your iPhone. To top it all off, especially in this day and age, there's an antimicrobial coating that kills 99% of bacteria directly on the case. So you can feel confident letting Josh from accounting touch your phone. The beauty of these cases though, literally speaking, is the amount of designs available. With my favorite being their collab with KFC, because it looks so real that you just want to grab it or potentially just eat your phone now. Which also makes them a great gift too, given there is probably a design, color, and style for even the pickiest of friends. Plus, to sweeten the deal, go to casetify.com/accessorize me to save an additional 15% off. Now that's a win-win. One of my go-to daily cases, the dbrand grip case, because, well, it's really grippy. That's all thanks to these rubbery race car stripes. Combine that with the sandpaper-like texture around it as well. They give your fingers something to actually grab onto. Plus, even the buttons are textured and stand out, giving you a proper clicky feel too. They offer one of the sleeker looking camera humps by raising the whole edge around it as well, so it doesn't look like a giant eyesore, while also keeping the lenses protected. And given how the case is still fairly slim, they've still managed to add MagSafe magnets in case you enjoy charging your phone slower than everyone else. Honestly speaking, you just don't want to let go of the case. There's something about the confidence you get when holding something, especially when it comes to one-handed usage, that makes it that much more enjoyable to use. Don't worry, I know some of y'all just eat butter for breakfast and always manage to drop everything you touch. They still have you covered with a thick lip along the top and bottom of the case, with the middle section lowered for easier gripping still, because get it? It's the grip case. Well, some of you obviously don't get it. Thankfully, the case can handle your daily abuse without cramping its style, which is the best transition ever, because that's what dbrand is known for. Being able to customize your case to whatever style suits your unique tastes. Like, if you really like fancy washroom vibes, they got you. My personal favorite goes to the honeycomb though. It's got actual texture along the lines and shifts colors depending on the light. Total ninja, honeycomb, kind of futuristic camouflage vibes going for it. But you get the point. There's probably a color or style for you, even if you're really into Shrek or something. So not only will you enjoy holding this one, you'll actually enjoy looking at it too. For anyone looking for a sleek, sophisticated, and clean leather case, the Andar Aspen case has you covered with its full grain oil wax leather. Now it's gonna scratch, mark up, and darken over time, but that's the beauty of it. Your iPhone is also treated like a king with the microfiber lining on the inside. It may actually live a better life than you do. Although leather isn't known to be tough, the plastic core does offer a lip around the camera camera too, so it's one less thing to worry about. This is one of those cases that look fancy and feels like it too, with a soft and slightly cushiony feel, plus the wrapped edges giving it a polished finish so you know you're getting your money's worth. The metallic blacked out buttons though are also a very welcome bonus too. With minimal branding along the edges, this case lets the leather do all the talking. Plus, you've got a few to choose from as well, like this darker navy finish for that mysterious vibe, but also a few classics that would get any leather fan excited. To top it off, it ain't just a looker. They stuffed MagSafe compatibility inside it as well, so if you're not in a rush to leave anytime soon, just know the MagSafe charger will securely stay by your side. Although it does make a great combo with their own MagSafe wallets too, made of the same leather finish and holding up to 2 cards. It does a decent job at keeping it all in place, but also when you need it, it slides off easily still with a proper cutout for easy retrieval as well. And yeah, there's a matching option for whatever color you end up choosing. Now, it's not the toughest case out there, but it does offer a slight lip around the front for some table love and action. But in the end, this leather case only gets better the more you use it. I can't even count how many times this grid of honeycomb has saved my iPhones. Completely lined on the inside of the RhinoShield SolidSuit case. This shock spread tech is rated to withstand drops up to 11 feet, and yes, I have tested it extensively in the past and can confirm it's the real deal. Surprisingly, it's a very simple and minimal case on the outside though. Some branding along the sides, a thick, stiff plastic lip around the camera, and a very subtle texture around the edges that makes a big difference, as it actually feels like you've got a hold of your life for just a few seconds. Although even if you didn't, the case still has you covered. Especially when combined with such a thick lip on the front screen, you can finally distract your devilish 3-year-old with some Baby Shark worry-free, so you can finally sit down and take a breather, knowing your case can handle whenever they decide to throw a tantrum again. Although I'm a big fan of the blacked out option, the case does come in several colors and designs to choose from, many in collaboration with other artists. There's a whole series for the gamers out there as well, and my favorite to rep my home city for that one time they won the Stanley Cup or something. Plus, if you're really feeling feisty one day, the buttons are interchangeable too, so you can literally have a different case every day of the week, making this probably one of the most stylish tough cases available. I featured the Mous Limitless case several times in the past, and for good reason. I really like to throw it around because they've got this green goopy stuff on the inside they call AeroShock, which I've tested extensively and for the most part can even handle this. Surprising, I know, given how simple the case looks. You wouldn't expect it from the outside, but yeah, I do this a lot for fun. Combine that with the thick lip along the top and bottom of the front screen, it's one of those cases I can confidently recommend to anyone who likes to do this a lot. As a case though, the buttons are raised and very clicky, a large lip around the camera lenses as well, with proper cutouts for the rest of the phone too. In usage, it does feel thicker than most cases, but also way slimmer than most tough cases out there, and still very manageable one-handed as well. However, you do get what you pay for. These backplates are the real deal. Like this actual slither of walnut. You've also got the option for leather and even carbon fiber too. My favorite goes to this speckled fabric though. It's sort of like holding a basketball. It's kind of rubbery but also very grippy. To top off this one, yes, with that added thickness, you're still getting some really strong magnets too. Now if you want to show off how much you're in debt now, you're probably eyeing a clear case. And what better option than the OtterBox Symmetry clear case? Combining what OtterBox knows best, protection, with an all transparent case, so everybody around you knows why you can no longer afford to buy avocado toast every other day. The Symmetry series is one of my favorite from OtterBox, getting all the basics right, clicky buttons, large cutouts, and yeah, plenty of protection as expected as well. They combine a flexible rubber rim around the front, strapped onto a stiff plastic shell that when combined is surprisingly still comfortable to hold. Where this really excels is that thick plastic though, as the real concern with clear cases is, well, staying clear. And even through my scientific key test, other than a few nicks, there isn't much sign of wear. So you don't have to baby this case and you can toss it around carefree. Now I know it isn't the prettiest thing to look at, but it's 1000% better than what Apple offers with their clear case. The magnetic ring still allows you to utilize the MagSafe ecosystem, but if you really hate it, they do have a Symmetry case without it as well. Finally, what's an OtterBox case if it couldn't do this? Yeah, their cases are known to keep your phone safe, and it's no different here. You just get the added benefit of showing off. Win-win. So it's great that Apple invented magnets and all, but I get some of you are skeptical still. If you're looking for a really solid way of mounting your phone though, the quad lock system still reigns supreme. Thanks to their proprietary mount they integrate directly into their cases, it's this stiff plastic molded twist lock system that doesn't even stick out much and you barely notice it there when not in use. However, it truly shines when you do pair it with any of their mounting options, like this handlebar mount. You can hear it click into place. They use a premium kind of Velcro, and even through my scientific shake tests, you can do this all you want, it ain't going anywhere. And when you do want to dismount, there's an actual lever and twist motion involved, a few extra steps, but the trade-off is literally never dropping your phone off a mount ever again. That goes for their car dashboard mount, their adjustable desk stand that allows you full rotation from vertical to landscape, and they even offer their own wireless charging conversion kit for both those mounts as well, in case you really miss slow charging or something. My favorite mount is this, the ring stand, because when you don't have your phone mounted onto something, the sturdy mount isn't completely useless. The metal design combined with the twist lock means it will also stay permanently mounted onto your finger too. But then, well bam, it's like it's not even there, adding no additional bulk but is still instantly accessible. This is one of those systems you'll need a few of their mounts to truly appreciate how easy it is to go from one mount to another. As for the case itself, there aren't any deal breakers for me. Clicky buttons, plenty of coverage around the camera, and this soft matte black rubber feels amazing to hold, especially when you consider the case itself is fairly slim too, which is why it's pretty surprising they've added such a fat lip around the front. But I ain't complaining about the added protection either. If you're looking to ditch carrying a separate wallet, then this Smartish Wallet Slayer Volume 1 is the best case to do so. Come on, the name alone is meant to intimidate other wallets. This all flexible rubber case may look cheap, and well, is really affordable too, but it's far from that. Thanks to how they've designed the exterior of the case, they offer a large covered card pocket that can hold up to 3 cards, more than enough for most of you, and securely through my scientific shake test too. Better yet, it can even hold a single card just as securely as if the pocket was fully packed too, so you never have to worry about your cards sliding out on their own. Now there's no denying that it's a thicker case, adding the bulk of 3 additional cards, but they've added this gritty sandpaper-like texture around the edge that makes holding the additional weight very comfortable. Add to that the raised buttons and plenty of coverage around the camera thanks to its large humpback now, plus the generous lip around front. It may not be a tough case, but as a consequence to all that extra case you're holding, it does a decent job keeping your phone safe as well, all without having to worry about your cards ever slipping and sliding around. So it's a wallet case that you can finally trust to replace your actual wallet that you probably bought back in high school. Now some of you may like how thin the iPhone is. I certainly do. So having a case on that allows you to keep it that slim is pretty ideal. That's where the Spigen Thin Fit comes in. One of my favorite slim cases because of this. A soft matte black texture that feels so good to hold in the hand. I can only describe it as like sticky, but not really sticky. It doesn't attract fingerprints, and most importantly, doesn't bulk up your iPhone. All while, as a case, offering a raised and very clicky button response and a surprisingly thick lip around the back, given how slim the rest of the case is. So thin that although it doesn't have magnets built in, can still connect for wireless charging, albeit slightly weaker, but without any other issues. Spigen also updated it recently, offering air pocket corners, giving a slim case some actual protective features too. A trade-off you generally have to make with other slim cases, but you can rest assured the Thin Fit series can handle being tossed around a bit. So if you hate the slippery metallic finish of the iPhone, but also hate bulking up with a case, the Thin Fit case is one you'll just love to hold on to, thanks to its size and that matte finish, which is perfect even if you've got butterfingers for days. If you rock a Folio case, you're either my uncle or you love wearing cargo pants. Thankfully, Nomad's modern leather case makes Folios pretty cool to use again, with 3 luxurious microfiber quick access card slots and a large pocket behind that for flatter carry like daily essentials and even some cash. You can comfortably replace carrying a separate wallet and just use this case instead, as this is probably way sharper looking than your 10-year-old genuine leather wallet. Instead, here you're getting top of the line Horween leather, the good smelling stuff that will patina so beautifully over time as you scratch, toss, and just use it on the daily. This case is an absolute stunner to look at. It utilizes a thick rubber shell as the base, offering textured and clicky buttons and a soft enough spine so you can click through without having to whip open the case every time. Although it's not meant to be a tough case, the 360 degrees of coverage gives you pretty good odds that the front screen will stay protected when you inevitably drop your giant phone now. And this year, they've also added in a little secret within the case too, an NFC chip that you can set up as your business card, social, or just contact info. Others will simply tap the bottom of your phone and wha-bam. Asking for your crush's number has never been so easy. As for using the case, thanks to the flexible soft spine, once folded around, it honestly feels like using your phone on the regular, with cards also being easily accessible too, and to top it off, they even made it MagSafe compatible, making this possibly the ultimate all-in-one case, albeit with the trade-off of a little more case to manage in your pocket than usual. Comment down below your favorite type of case. Mine usually goes to the grippiest one possible, but that's it.
I rest my cases.